Hello my friends, and today I'd like to start right away with good news. Although perhaps this can't exactly be called good news, but the occupiers have decreased even further. That's important too. So, yesterday evening, the occupiers admitted that in the Kherson region, the Ukrainian Armed Forces destroyed occupiers on another training ground, just like what happened days ago in the Donetsk region.
Tragedy again. The enemy struck one of our training grounds in the Kherson region. We know the figures of 200 and 300, but we will keep silent for now. And again they drove the fighters out to the formation. Only yesterday it was Trudovskoy, today it is here. It's F***K, comrades, sorry for the poverty of speech. In addition to the obvious, why the hell in the second year of the war are they still gathering personnel in the range of enemy missiles and artillery, and keeping them there for a long time? There is another question. The war correspondents burst into righteous anger over this tragedy. Only yesterday everyone as one reviled General Oleg Moiseev, through whose fault 67 soldiers died in Trudovskoy. And today not a single one mentioned General Mikhail Teplinsky, on whose conscience the deaths of our guys are. What is the meaning of this? Is this some kind of cult of immunity?
Now, let's move on to the situation along the front line, starting with the Kupiansk direction. Here, the occupiers attempted to storm the village of Avdiivka twice in a day, but they were unsuccessful. They suffered losses and retreated to their former positions. Offensive actions have also resumed towards the village of Avdiivka. There have been no changes along the front line in the past day, but we'll have to wait for the results of the battles. In the direction of Svatovo, there is no activity reported, just as before, and the situation remains unchanged. In the direction of Kreminna, the occupiers continue their offensive actions towards the village of Terny, and the Ukrainian Armed Forces report that they have achieved some small tactical successes again.
The Russians are advancing through the forest north of Avdiivka. They want to squeeze through to Terny.
There are no significant advances, and the battles continue. In the Siversk direction, all attacks on Bilohorivka have ended in another failure for the Russians. The front line remains unchanged, and the village remains under the control of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, while fighting continues in the area of Vyimka. The occupiers are attempting to advance towards the village at any cost. So, we are waiting to see how these attacks will end. In the Bakhmut direction, the occupiers have ceased conducting major assaults in the areas of Bogdanivka and Ivanivske due to significant losses, but attacks near Klishchiivka are still ongoing. There have been no changes along the front line in the past day. The Ukrainian Armed Forces continue to hold their defense to prevent the occupiers from seizing Chasiv Yar. In the Avdiivka direction, the occupiers continue to assault Lastochkina. They are attempting to enter the village to establish a foothold, but the Ukrainian Armed Forces successfully repel them, and the front line remains unchanged. So the distance between the front lines here is approximately 3 kilometers and 200 meters, and the entire area is actively shelled. Additionally, attacks on Stepove, Pervomaiske and Nevelske are reported today. Over the past day, the Russians conducted 12 attacks in this direction, but didn't achieve any success, and the front line remains unchanged. In the direction of Marinka, the battles continue. Over the past day, they conducted 10 attacks and are attempting to capture Avdiivka, Novomykhailivka, and continue to expand their controlled territory near the village of Pobeda. In the direction of Vuhledar, the activity has decreased, and all previous attacks in the areas of Prechestivka and Zolota Neva have been unsuccessful. Shelling continues, but it doesn't lead to Russian successes. The front line remains unchanged as before. In the Zaporizhzhia direction, the situation is very alarming, with 7 attacks in a day. In addition to a large number of shelling incidents, the occupiers are assaulting Robotyne, and today they are attempting to expand the controlled territory from Robotyne across the fields. But all attacks in the area of Novoprokopivka have been unsuccessful, and they failed to advance in this direction. Therefore, the confrontation continues here. So, it's worth noting that the occupiers have concentrated over 50,000 troops, including Wagner mercenaries, on this front, so their activity is expected to increase in the near future. Shelling along the entire front line also continues unabated. In the Kherson direction, the number of shelling incidents on the right bank continues. Despite Russian claims, assaults on the village of Krinky persist, and a significant number of strikes are aimed specifically at the stronghold. So this is because Putin has already been informed that the village is under Russian control, so they now need to make it happen at any cost. Russian military correspondents openly state that the Ukrainian Armed Forces are still present in Krinky. According to their information, there are no assaults, only shelling continues.
The enemy continues to be on the bridgehead in the village of Krinky. Today, for the 3rd day in a row, our troops did not storm the enemy in the village of Krinky. Which, in principle, is correct. Why storm this settlement, if Teplinsky reported to the Supreme that there was no enemy there anymore? But for some reason, today, as always, our troops were firing artillery and tank fire at Krinky from closed positions. Most likely, this is how the search and mopping up of those 4 Ukrainians who have settled in one of the basements in Krinky is carried out.
Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on all the latest news. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.